Hey Dragon, this is DraycosDragon. Welcome to another Dragon video. Normally around this time I do a Thoughtful Thursdays video, but something has been coming up a lot lately in my live streams, so I figured I would clear it up now. A lot of you may have heard people saying stuff like, "Oh, you're doing live streams just for the so you can get booze, or so you can get smokes, or some crap like that." That's not it at all. That's actually what I'm clarifying right now. As you can see, I don't get very much to begin with. Maybe $981. That's not much to begin with, and that includes rent, internet and phone, personal debits, everything, and that's per month, not every 2 weeks like everyone else usually gets. As you can see, the yellow section is what it is. What it is now, and the green section is what it is, or what it was before, or what it's going to be. I mean, I've been paying $175 per month for internet and phone together. It would have been $195 if they weren't a bundle. Then I've been paying $176 every month just for personal debts like IOUs, pawn slips, friends I owe money to, etc. And then rent. Currently, rent is $408, but it's going up by $125. So it's going to be $533, which is going to cut into my food money. I'll talk to you about that in a moment. And then we get to transportation, which is about $20 a month, because it's only $3 per ride. I have to get or I have to pay $3 just to go someplace so I can get a card for the bus. Then I have to after I get the bus filled, or bus card filled, I have to use more money to go to the place that I go shopping to, and then I use even more money to get a bus ride back home. Then I have to do another bus ride for the pawn stuff. Then I have it just adds up to around $20 to $21 roughly. I don't remember the exact amount, but $20 normally covers it. And then there's my vape or e-cig, depending on how you prefer to call it. $16 for one of these, and this lasts an entire month. Whereas if I use cigarettes, it'd be the same price per every 2 to 3 days. So that's a big difference. And then there's the filters that are not cheap as well. Sometimes I can get away with going without buying anymore, but these things are not cheap. $17. I mean, they're cheap for what they're for, considering each one normally lasts about a week or two, sometimes 3. But then there's times where there's default ones, or sometimes ones that are just not working. So far, as you can see, the only thing that changed so far is the rent. Then we get to the grocery stuff. Normally, I currently pay $130. Soon, as soon as I move from this suite to the other one, that's why the price is being different, by the way. Uh, it's going to be only $82 because I had to cut a lot of stuff. Which all this together means I'm having to pay $38 over the amount I'm able to afford. This is where the live stream comes in. Any donations or stream tips that are sent to me go straight to groceries. Otherwise, I will not be able to eat for the rest of the month, or for most of the month actually. And all the additions and whatnot are already done on the bottom list. Now, if we go to the actual shopping list, the only thing that's changed here so far, I had to cut my drinks in half, which means half the amount of drinks I've already been using. And I'm not counting alcohol, because alcohol is only paid for if I have enough, which I won't anymore. The drinks I have been getting have mainly just been ginger ale. Sometimes I'll switch it up and get juice every once in a while. Sometimes I'll include some kind of flavored milk in there. There's a reason I don't normally do that. And then I buy tea bags every month because first off, I have, as you can see, taken out coffee altogether. That's because I found out that coffee has been a major factor in my migraines that I've had daily. Yet tea, for some reason, does not seem to have that effect for me. So I have cut down tea bags just a little bit and taking out coffee altogether, as well as most of the condiments as well, such as ketchup, mayo, salsa, etc. Then the one food that I normally eat sometimes for an entire week is spaghetti. That's what I use the salsa for. But it does pretty much the same thing that that canned pasta does, but it's a lot cheaper. Otherwise, I would be paying $6 to $8 on pasta sauce. I'm not paying $6 to $8 on pasta when I can, or pasta sauce, when I can pay $4 for salsa, which lasts at least 3 or 4 meals. Next thing is I always buy. Another thing is I get plastic cups. As you notice up here, I also get paper plates and paper bowls. The reason behind that is simply because I have never learned how to wash dishes. Last time I had actual dishes, they basically went moldy, and I think I only had 3 left by the time I moved up here. I've never been taught how to basically do any what's it called, home ec stuff, or home economics if you want to be more specific. And then there's BO juice, like that's what my mother calls it, by the way, BO juice. which includes stuff like body wash, or not body wash, uh, body spray, deodorant, and antiperspirant, and all that stuff. I had to get rid of that as well because otherwise I'd be paying $16 every month, which would be $5 per deodorant and per antiperspirant, and or that's $5 each, and then $6 for or for body spray. So because I had to cut that out, there's a chance that I'll be smelling like a pig, and I sweat. I have a problem with sweating. I haven't really had any help with that, and no doctor I've had has been helping me, so I don't know what to do anymore. And then the only green thing I have is salad, which I have to cut down to maybe one bag, and it's $3 per bag nowadays. As you notice on the right side, it would say sorry, got something in my throat. Don't take it out of context. You might notice down here there's a note. The laundry is included because I have so many clothes. You can't see them right now. They're mostly in the bins. I have so many clothes that I only have to do laundry maybe every 2 to 3 months, depending on how often I change clothes. That's because and that's with the times that I rewear some of the clothes. Like for this one, this is day 2 of wearing this. Just an example. And then laundry supplies like laundry soap, fabric softeners, all that. That's about $9 a month, or $9 per 8 to 12 months, because it lasts a long time. Otherwise, I would be paying. If I included that, I would be paying $169 to $249 per year, or about $14 to $21 per month. And if I have to keep cutting down, I won't be able to even afford laundry anymore, which brings me to a total of $82, like you saw on the other one. And the price up to now is $141. The $82 is starting within the next couple weeks, actually. That's because I have to move to another suite so that my landlord can do some work up here. With any luck, he'll move me back up here, and I can resume rent sharing again. But knowing him, I wouldn't trust him. Knowing him, I don't think that's going to happen. Anyway, so yeah, this is basically the transparency. If at any time you want to pause and read some of the notes, or do some calculations yourself, go ahead, just pause whenever. And if you think this is transparent enough, please give this a thumbs up. If you think there's something wrong with this budgeting, please let me know in the comments. I think that's pretty much it. And for now, I guess I will see you, Dragon Knights. Oh yeah, before I end, the live stream that I do is, for those who don't know, is every Saturday and Sunday and every second Friday at 1 p.m. Central Daylight Time or Central Standard Time, depending on if daylight savings is in effect or not. For those who are unaware, there's also a subreddit page. Let me bring that up for a moment. There's now a subreddit page where you can suggest or post your own experiences, your own thoughts, your own opinions, and any topics that you want me to talk about in future Thoughtful Thursdays videos. This is the subreddit page. You can see it's empty right now. That's because no one's been on here. Oh, and the channel art may change in the future because I haven't found any anyone to help me out with the fan art right now. So yeah, that's why it's a little odd. But yeah, this is for all you Dragon Knights, also known as the Dragon Knight crew, or the DKC, hence the Reddit or subreddit page name. This is for all you who want to basically post your opinions, thoughts, ideas, etc. And you can also post your ideas for future topics for Thoughtful Thursdays. And if your topic has been chosen, it will be talked about in an upcoming video, and you will get a shout out in that video. Since it was your idea. Of course, all subreddit pages have rules. In this one, no offensive language or hate language, no copyright material if you're going to be showing any pictures or videos or whatever. Only post content that is your own, not someone else's, because that would be considered theft or plagiarize. Also, no NSFW stuff. It has all content that you use has to be SFW, meaning safe for work or suitable for work, whichever way you want to call it. So yeah, that NSFW is prohibited on this subreddit. And then finally, careful what you say. For this rule, it's plain obvious, as you see. Sure, there's certain things like Cards Against Humanity where there are supposed to be some offensive stuff, but then there's people who that's more like a joke or a game, not for being purposely offensive. If you're actually being offensive, such as calling someone a bitch, a faggot, etc., I will call you out on it. If not me, then someone on this subreddit will call you out on it. And either this will give you a warning. If you get 3 warnings or 2 warnings in a row and you still do it, then there is no third warning. You are removed from the subreddit, because that's one thing that is not tolerated, and it kind of goes back into the previous rules, such as the no offensive or hate language. And the where's the other one? And the NSFW stuff. You gotta use some kind of censorship, of course. The tag TTR is for Thoughtful Thursdays response, meaning all the responses you have for my Thoughtful Thursdays videos, you can post on here with that tag. For the tag EXP, most people should know, but if not, then it's short for experience. And it used to show or to post your experiences. Could be on YouTube, could be on Twitch, could be in real life. And then there's the tag OPIN, of course, opinions. You can post your own opinions about things such as how you think YouTube is doing things, how you think your country is doing things, how you think the governments in general are doing things, how you think Twitch is doing things, how you think your opinion on about Facebook's actions and reactions lately, stuff like that. And then, of course, there's the tag topics. This one it's pretty clear. You just post your topics that you want to talk about. Put a little bit of detail so people know what you're just specifically what you're talking about. Because certain things that there's multiple of, you can't really narrow it down without actual details. I mean, you can always say, oh, the next topic should be Jack. What Jack? There are many Jacks. There's Jacksepticeye, there's Jack Black, a lot of Jacks. I think that is pretty much it. Yeah, I think that pretty much covers it. If at any point you want to pause this to look over some of the stuff, feel free. For now, I think that's pretty much it, and anyway, see you Dragon later. See ya.